Welcome to the Mini Studio Bros, and today we're going to talk about how to do a quick and dirty Killa Kan. The one of my favorite models with it works, and I have probably about 9 or 12 of them. I don't remember how much, and I want a lot more. My dream one day is to have a field full of Killa Kans. So I got some other ones done, and I'll show you some ones I've already done before. But we're going to do some quick speed painting on these guys because I kind of want to get them ready for some future games. Alright, so we can get some dry brushing in. Some with this really thick Astro Wrath red. I did this on my World Boss on the trike. The trike part was kind of reddish like this Killa Kan. And this really helped it pop. So you can see I'm just getting on my hand real quick, trying to get as much red off before I start applying, because this stuff came on thick. That should be good. All right. Yes, sir. Doing light strokes. And this is basically this is speed painting to the max, man. I probably won't have more than 30 minutes invested in this model just to get something tabletop ready. The reason why I do this method is because it gives it that rust effect on some of our darker reds. It looks like it's been rusted, which is what I'm really shooting for. I mean, it's orky, It's not meant to be brand new. It's meant to be a wonder on how it's still functioning. Final bit of dry brushing. That should be it right there for dry brushing wise. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna pick out a couple different pieces of detail to really make it pop. Like these right here, I'm probably gonna paint on blue. This will be horns, there'll be ivory, blue. Yeah, just blue throughout on the hoses, just to give it some bit of contrast. And I'll probably paint this, maybe ivory as it is like a bandage type thing, and really hit it with some dark wash to make it look it's like kind of suited up and dark. And then I'll use some pigment weathering to really take it to the next level. So we'll be right back with that. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of this gray here. I actually decided to do gray on the back side because I can do a glaze over it and really make this area pop the way I really want it to pop. Because like I said, this is supposed to be a speed paint, but gotta have a little bit of contrast on some things to make it, and a lot of people don't like the word pop, but it is what it is. It's gotta pop. Pop, lock, and drop it, guys. So that's what we're shooting for. Okay, so we got a little gray there, and that's the only gray I want. So we're gonna take a little bit of blue. My favorite blue to paint with is this electric blue. It is an air, I know, and I have a non-air version somewhere, but I keep misplacing all my awesome paints because I have so many of them. And I have to keep looking. So right now we're gonna paint with this one, which is okay. I don't mind painting with a air version. It means I don't have to thin it out at all. Okay, so, all right, so basically we're gonna just hit these tubes up. I don't care if, they're these little tubes right here like this or the smooth ones. I'm just gonna make them blue, so they just pop. I'll say it to the day I die. Poppin'. I'm a 90s kid. Born in the 80s. 90s kid. So, get some of these in here. Any bit of tubing I see is going to be blue, because I want to keep it simple. And this is just a speed paint. I tend to not speed paint a lot of my own stuff, but I'm running out of time on. I've had my orcs for almost 6 or 7 months, and I've been adding to my collection monthly, and I haven't played with them once. I really need to get a couple thousand, like 2,000 points or close to, painted up so I can get these on a table and get you guys a bat rep. Casey and I have been talking about doing an orc versus orc bat rep. That would be kind of fun. 2 clans head to head to see who would win. So he's the original war boss. He's the one who got me into orcs. So it'd be kind of exciting to see how did it all work out. Maybe I'll finally beat him. I've only beat his orcs once, and that was all because of objectives. I don't know how that happened either. Actually, it was objectives and wives. My wife was ready to go home. We had a little cookout at his house, and that's what came of it. Okay, it's just a piece of metal. Tubing. Alright. Got some tubing back here too. Alright. Oh, we got a little blue on there. I'm not really worried about it. Like I said, this is a speed paint. This is just for the tabletop and the fields. Oh man, yep. This is more electrical stuff, but guess what? I'm gonna call it tubing. I'm gonna paint it blue because I don't care. Speed paint. So when you're speed painting, number one rule is have no emotions. If you start caring, it becomes a non-speed paint speed paint job, which is basically a regular paint job. You want to try to put OSL in there? Speed paint. That speed paint is gone. Done. And you can't call it a speed paint job anymore. That's just the rules of the game, guys. All right, I got all the tubing looks like, so you can see how it just really stands out. Right? Yep. Sean, you're right. I know. I was extremely right. I like that. I'm usually right. All right. So now we're gonna get a little bone white on there for the Killa Kans. I don't know, bull tusk. He's got in front here. It's crazy. And my wife's being a little loud up there. Be right back. All right, so back to the ivory. Oh man, I hate my glasses. I can barely see close. Oh, I'm not gonna get a handle on things. Man, I am losing it today. All right, so I went in and reapplied some more blue to some areas that kind of get it less opaque, or more opaque actually. That's what I'm looking to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some earth shade on the bone, and we'll go from there. I know a lot of people will probably do some extra work to get these bones to kind of have that nice contrasty super light to super dark feel. And you can do that. I mean, really what you're doing is you're pulling the back and you're pulling it to the front so that you get the more darker in the back, lighter in the front. But you can spend a little bit more extra time with it to get that nice effect that most people shoot for. With the, I call it a 3-stage shading on it, but this is a speed paint job, so we're not doing that. Okay. All right. So you're gonna let that dry like that. And I'm going ahead and get a glaze going for the blue. The blue glaze I like to use is a Gilliman's blue glaze. And this right here is my secret sauce. If I was McDonald's, this would be my Big Mac sauce. I love this stuff. It works wonders. I use it for all kinds of stuff other than just glazing blue. But this stuff is great. I've already worked through 2 pots of this. I'm working through my 3rd because I use it, like I said, a lot. We'll look at a lot. So, do the top first. I'm not really worried about getting it to pull up in a certain way. This is really just to pull that blue out some more. Just get it to be more of a really nice shimmery blue. All that jazz. Don't have to spend too much time with it. And then now the reason why I use this gray on here, which is not really, it is gray. It's a rust gray. Works really good with this glaze. And what you do is you just lay it in there, right? So you want the blue glaze to kind of sit back there in the back. So it looks like this wrap is above it. And just get it all nice in there. So when this dries, we're gonna go back with a white dry brush effect and just hit that up, and it's gonna really look cool. And it's a really cheap, I say cheap, it is a cheap effect to get for speed painting to kind of get that cool looking thing. So there's that. Normally I would hit an airbrush up and spot up this eye with something like a green or orange or whatever to make it look alive. But speed paint, not worried about that. I can always do that back later. And then this right here, the ammo and stuff, I'm not worried about it. We'll say, look, it's silver, but it's reflecting all its armor, and call it a day on that. So now we can start working on the base. And you can do something pretty cheap, not really cheap, There's nothing in this world that's really exactly cheap when it comes to, you know, what's it called? Game Workshop, but for $7.50 you get some Martian iron earth, which it must have went into the future to grab this stuff because no man stepped foot on Mars yet, huh? So we're full of lags, but we're gonna do it anyways because we're fools. All right, so I want to grab myself an inexpensive, stupid brush that I don't care about messing up. My pile of brushes over here. Yeah, that should work. I'm gonna start laying on some of this base material. Just work it around. The thicker you do go with this, the bigger and more frequent your cracks will be. I like to put mine on a little thin because I like to use pigments on top of this to give it a better effect. You'll see all that too. Okay. I'll get back with you once all this is done. All right, we're back, and now we're gonna do a little bit of white. Dry brushing, I like to use white scar, and I don't use much. Okay, I grab a small brush like this right here. This is kind of what I do. Do a little bit dab. And I'm not talking about the dance, or the move, or the meme, or anything of the sort. Just a little bit of dab. And I try to wipe it off as much as possible so it becomes almost like a ghosty little powdery brush. There we go, that works. I want to take my brush. I'm gonna pop this like this right here. And you can see how it really changes this part up some. And then I will take like just little parts, hit up with white, and you can see the dynamic. This dry brushing is king when it comes to speed painting. And then so you can really take some white and damper down a lot of the strong tone dry brushing already did and make other elements pop with it too. So usually I dry brush with both white and another color just to get the effect that I'm shooting for. And finish this out and I'll get back to you. All right, so I got the white dry brushing done, and you can kind of see, I don't hit up the top, I don't really go on the bottom much with the white because you want just to be able to see the white looking down as like more of a reflective type feel. Maybe some scuffs too on top. This depends how you want to perceive it yourself. But the white itself brings out a second layer of just detail that the first layer might have missed. And that's where dry brushing becomes an important technique to kind of master. And it's not hard to master at all when it comes to speed painting. You're really going to be able to pull out these little nuggets and stuff like that and not even have to worry about all that stuff. And the thing about dry brushes, a little bit of paint goes a long way, okay? And you have to keep that in mind, because if you do too much paint on your dry brush and you start applying it, it's gonna look terrible. And I've already been down that road, so I can tell you guys from personal experience. So now I want to get some pigment on this base, and I'll let you guys see what I use. Pigment number 1. This is gonna be the base, which is a rust red. And then I'm gonna also mix it up with a rust orange for the base. And on the back of my kill cam where the mufflers are, I'm gonna put a little bit of metallic iron in it to kind of give it that, you know, been doing some stuff kind of feel. All right, so this is what the pigment looks like. It is, you know, dusty, chunky, and stuff like that. Don't use a brush that you like. And the red's a little bit more bouldery like that, where the orange is more fine. You can shake it up, you can sift it, do whatever you want with it, but I like to do just use it straight out of here. I don't really care about it too much to apply extra stuff. Basically, I'm just gonna get whatever I can on here. Some people use makeup brushes. I did that route for a little while, but it gets a little messy, which bothers me a little bit. And I like to apply the pigment when this the stuff I applied first is semi-dry and semi-wet, because it turns into a tacky adhesiveness for me. And you can see, like, you still see like some of the cracks in it. So it's kind of like a crack medium basing of this pigment. It really just brings another level of detail to the base for just a few moments of your time, because it really doesn't take much to get this going. Some contrast coloring to the base, same brush, and just push it in. Push it in. As Bob Ross would say, happy little mistakes are good here, because what you're just trying to do is you're trying to blend the colors to get some contrast. You can see I have some darker reds and then brighter oranges, and mix up somewhere in between there to kind of get that nice coloring. And this can help bring your speed painting to the next level too, because people are gonna focus more on the base. Like, wow, that's cool. How'd you do that? Everything will pop out and look cool. I say pop a lot. All right. So now, because you're using pigments, if you're gonna go this route, what I like to do is take a little bit of pigment. I like to brush the bottom of the machine like this, because it's walking in it, right? It's not gonna be clean on the feet. So you just brush it up on there, get it nice and dirty. Brush the bottom of this right here, so you can tell, hey, this dude's been walking around in this dirt. It's a Killa Kan. It's gonna be dirty. Okay, and I'll work up a little bit here. Boom, 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 boom. Working in a little bit in the legs. In here. Yep. And also on this leg too. This is the dirt that's gonna come up a little bit. And hit the spots. Make sure you hit the back so you keep that realism going. So this is my speed painting technique too. So it's not like I'm doing anything stupid here that you wouldn't want to do. This adds just an extra level of detail that's quick to do. All right, so here we go. All right, so now there you go. It's done. So base done. I'll just paint the black ring on. I'm gonna call this guy done. I didn't touch any metal up. It's all one color. I did a red shade, so it's red, black red, and then just some undershading with that black red, bug crimson, blue, and then pigments. And I'm gonna do some black pigment back here too on the muffler. So I almost forgot about that, but we can see that too. All right, where's that? There it is. So we'll pop this open real quick. This stuff is super fine. Be careful with this stuff. This stuff will mess up whatever brush you love and love and enjoy. So be careful. And a little bit goes a long way with this. You're gonna dab it in like this right here. Just dab it in. Dab it in. This gives that nice charcoaly feel. Yep, I'll put the grill right here too. It's been smoking some. Boom. Tap this off. Done. See, it's done. I'm done. I am done. All right, I'll get that black rim painted and we'll get some close-ups done and we'll call this a day.